Foot Locker, you cannot try on this many shoes. Why are you coming to Nike to try on all these shoes? Like, what's up? Like, for real. You would not try on all these shoes at Foot Locker because you know you wouldn't be able to do that. So why do that here? I'm looking for somebody I can call, boo. Looking for the only one. Hey guys. Okay. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Today we're going to be talking about my experience working at Nike and everything you need to know if you want to work there and why I quit. Okay, so let's get started. Nike application. The Nike application is very easy. One of the questions I remember on there are excuse me. One of the questions I remember were what being an athlete means to you. Like, basically, how is being a Nike, you don't have to be like an athlete. Okay, let's get it straight. You don't have to be a shoe person or like an athlete to work at Nike. Like, no, you don't have to be a shoe person. There was this girl who got hired, and she's not a shoe person. Like, I remember one day we had like a little morning huddle, and we were like, everyone tell us what your favorite shoe is. She said, I don't like any of the shoes, and I'm like, anyways. So okay, application, really easy. Did it online. I looked on Indeed and I saw that they were hiring, and I applied from there, and they took me to the actual Nike site. Wow. 2 days later, I got a call back for an interview. Now with the interview, basically Nike hires you based on like how outgoing you are, I feel, and like who you are as a person. Like me, like I'm really nice, really friendly off bat. Like that's just how I am. I'm just like, when you meet me, I'm really bubbly. Like, I guess my voice is very inviting. So yeah, like getting interviews, I really ace interviews. Like, I ace interviews, guys. But so yeah, just basically go in there with a good attitude, be outgoing, tell them who you are as a person. If you're truly a good person, they'll see that and they'll hire you. Like, they know off rip like who they're gonna hire, for real. Okay. After that, my first day was like 2 weeks later. We had an orientation and stuff like that. Now, my Nike, I live in Miami. My Nike I worked at had a very strict rule, and they told me it's my Nikes all over that I have to do this as well. Like, you have to close 3 times a week and open 2 times a week. It's mandatory, and I wasn't with it. Like, closing is the store closes at 9. You won't go home till 12:30. The store opens at 10:09, and you have to get in the store. The opening time is 5 o'clock and 5 a.m. I was not with that, but I still proceeded with the job because, you know, it's like Nike with shoes, you know, cool, whatever. So I started working there, whatever. I didn't really pay much mind to that, because when they said that, I didn't think like I was actually going to be opening at 5 a.m. and I wasn't going to be leaving till 12:30, and I was already working. Like, my Nike was 30 minutes away from my house. So I was like, whatever, I'm not even gonna pay that any mind, because, you know, sometimes companies will say that, but you really don't do that. But no, Nike, you do that. And when I'm saying this video on saying my experience at my Nike, don't get it wrong. Like, if you want to work at Nike, definitely apply and stuff, but I'm just giving you my intake and how like my experience with Nike went. After that, my first day was orientation. We had like a big group. My store was huge, and we had over 300 people working there. No, 200, 300 people were working there. It was a really big store. And he basically just went over the rules, pay, your discount's really good. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that, but I'm just gonna say it. I don't get in trouble, because I don't know. But my store discount was 30% off, and on our website it was 40% off. So it was really good. And then sometimes on weekends, our hash wall, which you'll figure out if you're going to try to work there, the hash wall is just the shoes on the wall that are not really like in the cubicles. They would have 20% off the hash wall. And then if you're an employee, so it's going to be your regular 30% plus that 20%, which is 50% off. So wow, really good. So discounts really good. He was going over discounts, shoes. Nike was founded in Oregon, stuff like that. It was cool. After that, my first day at work, like, by the way, in orientation, it wasn't really training. Like, Nike didn't train me at all, and I'm gonna explain that. My first day, like, working on the floor, I was basically with this guy, and he just told me really, like, you don't do anything here. Like, literally, you don't do anything, which is true. If you're really lazy and you like shoes, work at Nike, because we don't do anything. We don't do anything really. Like, closing and stuff, we do stuff, but like during the day, you just clean up, you kind of like touch stuff around, you ask customers what they're doing. That's basically your job. Like, you don't do much at all, which is very cool, but it's not for me. Okay, so basically now what I'm going to get into for you guys is basically what it's like working there. Let me start off with my day. I will come in, clock in, go to a supervisor, ask him where I'm at today. You can either be in many sections in our store because it was big. So we had the kitchen, which is like the main place where everyone tries on shoes, fitting room, women's apparel, men's apparel, and what was the name of the back? What was the name of the back? What did they call that again? We'll call it processing, but I know it has a name. Like in the back where all the extra shoes are, all the clothes, blah, 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 blah. You could either work there or in the back. So let's say today he told me to work in the kitchen, which I hated working in the kitchen. I hated working in, I missed out on women's shoes and men's shoes. The kitchen is basically like the center of the store. Every Nike has a kitchen where everyone tries on shoes. And I hated working in the kitchen because literally like people pick up 10 boxes of shoes, try them on, don't buy anything, and leave it there. Like, I have to put that back. Anyways, I didn't mind putting it back, but it's just like, why try on so many shoes? And it just shocks me because like Foot Locker, you cannot try on this many shoes. Why are you coming to Nike to try on all these shoes? Like, what's up? Like, for real, you would not try on all these shoes at Foot Locker because you know you wouldn't be able to do that. So why do that here? Anyways, whatever. So I always used to put those back. That's why I hated working in the kitchen. And then like I like shoes, but look, I'm not a sneakerhead. I don't know this stuff. I don't know. Like, come on, I don't know. Like, people coming to you with their phones, like in our store was like a very like tourist kind of store. So they'll come up and be like, phone, you have these, I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, we don't have those. Like, I'm sorry, we don't have those. No, I would literally say no to everybody. Like, I was not with the games unless my manager was close by or supervisor was close by. I'll be like, oh, do we have these? And more than likely they would say no. Like, the answer is going to be no. Probably if we do have it, we're still going to say no. Because it's like, we probably don't have your size. Or it's just like really low on that shoe. Because we're not like one of those shoes where when the new shoe drops, like, we don't have it. So, more than likely we don't have that shoe. So working in the kitchen. This is basically working in shoes. I hated it because it was like people trying so many shoes. And it gets so messy so fast. But I liked it at the same time because like you're actually working. And I felt busy. Now let's say today I was working in women's apparel. I would basically just be doing go backs, which means going to the fitting room and putting the clothes back on the floor. And that can get really boring because sometimes when you don't have any go backs, you would just basically just fiddle around and then time goes by so slow. And working in the back, working in processing, I actually like that because it's like you would hang the clothes and then you would have to put it onto the racks. Like, they have tons back there, is so much stuff, like it's crazy. So you would hang the clothes, put them on the back, and then it was just kind of like fun for me. I don't know why I liked processing, but still wasn't for me. That just wasn't for me. And I'm actually really into clothes. I love working with apparel. I don't mind retail because I like people, but I really couldn't take Nike because it's just like sometimes it can get super boring. And then the time, basically that was it. I couldn't take the timing, and I couldn't take the additional work, like the 5 a.m. But it's like, I'm telling you guys my job right now, and like literally, like, does it sound like I need to come in at 5 a.m. to open up that store? Basically in the mornings though, when I did come in at 5 a.m. I'll have to take the clothes from the back and fill up the floor. Like, if there was like less I'm sorry guys, if there was less shirts here, I would fill it up, make sure it's right. If there was less sneakers in this row, I would go fill them. Basically I was not doing anything in 5 a.m. in the morning. It was so annoying. Like, I hated coming in at 5. And like I told you guys, I live 30 minutes away from my store, so I had to wake up at 4 to get there at 5, and that's mandatory. So if you're in school and stuff, I would not suggest to work at Nike because that is a mandatory thing, and I think that's at all Nikes, not just my Nike. And if your Nike's not like that, more than likely you won't have any hours. So if you're looking for a job that you're not going to have any hours, that's another thing. Now let's get into stuff that I do like about Nike. The people they hire are excellent. I love everyone who works at Nike with me, who did work at Nike with me. They were mad cool. Everyone's very nice, very friendly. But like I said, there was no training. Like basically when you came in and they would tell you like, this is it, and you do this, you had to do that. So that was kind of like, who gonna train me? Who's gonna train me? Yeah. So that was like that kind of vibe there. But let's get into some more pros about Nike. They do have benefits that are good. I believe the deductibles were kind of high. Yeah, guys, so that's basically it. I quit because I didn't like the hours, didn't work with school and stuff like that. And the job was kind of not for me, because I like being busy at work. I like the time to go by fast when I'm doing something. So I was busy. I wasn't busy at all, and I didn't really like it like that. So I left, and the scheduling is really bad. Like for real, it's really bad. But Nike as a company is really good. Full-time and part-time both get benefits, which is amazing. Like Nike, go Nike. And it wasn't for me, y'all. Like if you got an interview, try your best, be really cool, like I said, because they only hire like really cool, genuine people. I still talk to people from my group, so do that. Other than that, that's all I have to say. If you guys have any more questions about any more jobs or stuff like that, I'm more than happy to help. Peace.